Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about how important this upcoming earnings is going to be for AMC stock. And we're going to get into the actual details here because the details do matter. And some people say the devil is always in the details. This has led to one of the most commented comments on each and every single video being, will AMC go bankrupt if this reverse split does not happen? And they don't get to raise these billions and billions of dollars of capital, because seeing this arbitrage trade go down the toilet sounds nice, and I think it would give us the MOAS, but AMC going bankrupt doesn't really give you the necessary theory for shorts to cover on their short positions. If the stock is ultimately going bankrupt, why would you ever cover? You would literally have to be forced to cover. You would have to literally be squeezed out of short positions. And some of those mid-asset firms, some of those large asset firms, they just have too much money, right? They wouldn't be forced to cover on their short positions. Well, don't let this fear, uncertainty, and doubt hold you back from watching this video and finding out the truth of, is AMC doomed without the reverse split? So, let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. With AMC earnings coming up this Friday, it is imperative that you guys share this video with a friend, share it with your family, share it in a Discord, share it on Reddit, social media, post it somewhere, do something. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if that's all you can do. Share this video so everyone is on the same page. So, first things first. Let's establish something. AMC, the stock going higher or lower, doesn't necessarily come down to the numbers. Doesn't necessarily come down to that. It can be something that causes the stock to rally or fall, but it's not usually going to be based off of that. Usually what makes stocks rally or fall is guidance. What is the current outlook? Because who gives a shit if all hell broke loose the last 3 months if you're expecting the next 3 months, the next 3 months, to be a lot better and you get a rosy outlook? Usually that could be a good thing for stocks. Now, if that worst case scenario is not realized, right? If all hell did not break loose last quarter and AMC gives you good guidance for the next quarter, that is what usually pushes stocks higher. And I'm using AMC as reference because they report earnings Friday before the bell. So, what is the current expectation for AMC earnings? So, the consensus estimate is for a quarterly loss of 17 cents per share in its upcoming report, which represents a year-over-year change of positive 63 or 67.3%. So it's clear things are getting better, and they're getting better pretty quickly. 67.3% year over year is very good for your loss, right? Your loss is getting smaller. That's a positive thing. Revenues are expected to be $936.05 million, up 19.1% from the year ago quarter. Now, AMC does tend to beat on earnings more times than not. And that's a number that could be pretty important, right? 19% year over year revenue increase is pretty damn good. That's really good, especially for a business that was so affected by COVID and by the lockdowns. But if they beat on those revenues and they can bring in close to $950 million or $1 billion, that number is going to look more like 25 to 30%. And that's going to be an even bigger number. Now, AMC typically does beat on earnings. They typically do. If we could find it in this article, I will link this down below in the description of this video if you guys do want to look at this for yourselves. I don't know exactly where it says that, but AMC does tend to beat more times than not. And they have also seen over the last 30 days a 3.85% revision to their earnings outlook. So in other words, analysts are expecting better numbers out of AMC over the last 30 months. The estimates have been risen higher, which makes the bar a little bit higher to beat, but it's an overall good thing and will likely lead to that pre-earnings rally. Now, the markets, their earnings estimates have been going lower. So AMC's really in a select category here that has actually seen earnings revisions going higher. So do keep that in mind. Now, specifically when it comes down to guidance, take a look at what Adam Aron just tweeted out. He says, 2 hours ago, I'm absolutely delighted to tell you that AMC's Perfectly Popcorn is widely available now at some 2,600 Walmart stores across the United States. And given many requests from you, it can also be shipped to your home via walmart.com. Now, this is potentially a golden ticket for AMC. Because the profit margins are so high, this is going to be a real driver of growth with AMC and getting back to a level that they haven't been at since pre-pandemic. And I think this is what could make Wall Street very excited about AMC, to see a new initiative be so successful. And just having AMC theaters, their popcorn on the shelves, I mean, look at those bags, dude. They are sexy, okay? Let's say it for what it is. I get called names all the time because I say some things are sexy. Like, that car is sexy. You know, that fucking bag of popcorn is sexy, right? It just is compared to other popcorn brands. So yeah, you're probably going to pick the AMC popcorn over another brand. And they're probably going to take market share. And Adam Aron and the financial team with AMC is probably going to tell you that. Probably going to tell you that they expect a lot of growth with this new initiative, that it's selling well. And that's going to be the first thing that I think is very positive coming on this next earnings release and this next earnings call. But also, just right here what Adam Aron says. He is attending the 10th annual CinemaCon in Las Vegas, where all the major studios unveil their coming film slates. There is such a dazzling array of movies in the works. The movies being released in 2023 and 2024 are just sensational, and happily for AMC, there are so many of them. Let's take a look at that. What movies are coming to theaters here soon? Because that's ultimately what AMC's business revolves around, right? If there's no movies going to theaters, then there's no business for AMC. Like, quite literally, there would be no business for AMC. So let's go ahead and pull it up if I can find the tab. I know some of you guys are roasting me because I have just a billion freaking tabs open, and they just kind of collect there, if I'm going to be real with you guys. And they are collecting there. Okay, let's go ahead. This is what I'm looking for, okay? We're going to go ahead and filter to nationwide and go ahead and search through these. So, some of the biggest blockbuster films coming April 28th, which was, what is that, Friday? You had Star Wars come out. Big George. Are you there, God? Okay. Some blockbuster movies there. Star Wars obviously going to be a big one. Guardians of the Galaxy, going to be a big one, coming May 5th. Knights of the Zodiac, probably going to be a big one. Hyptonic, Book Club, I don't know about those. But we got Fast X coming May 19th. Okay, getting a little better. The Machine, a lot of people are actually talking about that one right now. The Little Mermaid, is that a Gerard Butler movie? Kind of looks like him right there. If it's Gerard Butler, it's going to be good. June 2nd, Spider-Man, The Boogeyman. Spider-Man and The Boogeyman come out. Two different movies. Kind of said that in one sentence. June 9th, Transformers. June 16th, The Flash. Are you kidding me? That's going to be big. Elemental. That one could actually surprise, I think. The Blackening. June 23rd, No Hard Feelings, Asteroid City. June 30th, Indiana Jones. July 7th, Insidious and Joyride. July 14th, Mission Impossible in Theater Camp. July 21st, Oppenheimer and Barbie. July 28th, Haunted Mansion. August 4th, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. August 11th, The Last Voyage, Gran Turismo. Blue Beetle, coming August 18th, The Hill, as well as some other smaller ones, right? September 11th, The Equalizer. And there's one movie that I actually do want to show you guys as well. Where's that? Dumb Money, coming October 20th, 2023. Take a look at this movie. It doesn't look like we have a preview or anything for it yet, I don't think. But this is going to be an interesting one. Plot. What's the story about? This movie tells a story of fortunes won and lost overnight in the GameStop short squeeze that may have ended up changing Wall Street forever. Look who's in this. Seth Rogen. I'm personally excited for this movie. Maybe the world isn't, but I'm personally excited for this movie. What does Seth Rogen have to say about this? Pretty cool. Long story short, there's a lot of movies coming to theaters, and these are only nationwide movies. These are movies that are going to hit all theaters. So not, regional movies or just movies that are going to some theaters. These are national movies. So I think you're going to get some good guidance on that front as well, like Adam Aaron indicated with his tweet that he just put out about 2 hours ago. So there you have that. Now let's get into the actual numbers here, right? Talk about what really this video is all about. So the balance sheet. Now, is AMC in danger of going bankrupt? Well, we got to know what their cash burn looks like. So they have cash of $654 million as of the end of Q4. But they have accounts receivable of $168 million. All in all, they have net liquidity of about $822 million. Keep in mind what we said. AMC is projected to lose 17 cents per share. Okay, 0.17. Oh, that's not it. That's going to be a wrong number. 0.17 times, just do 530 million shares. I know it might be a little bit higher than that, but just do 530 million shares. Get a rough number here. That would mean they would lose about $90 million for the last quarter. Okay. Divide 822 divided by 90. You got about 9 months left. So you would have the rest of 2024 before they ran out of capital. Now, that would be to say if nothing improved, right? Nothing improved. Their cash burn still stayed at where it was, which I highly doubt will be the case. So in the next 9 months, could AMC not return to profitability? It's a tough call. It really is a tough call. But if AMC really needed to, they could get more funding. They could. Absolutely. And I think these new initiatives like the popcorn business is going to be highly successful. So on one hand, yeah, ultimately down the line, if nothing improves, then AMC could be in danger. Ultimately. Now, there's a lot of tricks they could do. There's a lot of, financial tricks they could do, accounting tricks they could do. But long story short, based off the numbers we see here, it's not going to look pretty by the end of first quarter of 2024. If all things don't improve, if just you continue to bleed through money, which I'm under the impression that maybe you could double this. Maybe things could get better. Maybe they could last about 18 months, 15, 18 months. And I think they, in theory, should be able to get profitable by then. Hopefully, right? So it's not an imminent danger of AMC going bankrupt. Like some people say the next 2 or 3 quarters. No, they have longer than that. And that's just if nothing improved. If nothing improved, they have 3 more quarters. And they would run out of capital. But probably the loss is going to narrow. So you could probably add a couple more quarters on there. So all in all, is this something that could drag down AMC's share price? Yeah, if AMC loses more than that roughly $90 million they're expected to lose, yeah, it could definitely, hurt the stock in the short term. But is it likely they lose a lot less than that? Probably. And they probably give us some upbeat guidance, which probably sends AMC stock up much higher because hedge funds, they can't afford to pay 2, 3, 4, 500% cost borrow rates for the next 12 months, 15, 18 months. At least in my personal opinion, that would really hurt. They've already lost $2 billion in the first quarter of 2023. Not to mention, since the start of Q2, they've lost hundreds of millions of dollars just market to market in their positions. Now, a brief overlook at the Ortex data, just so everyone is on the same page. Live short interest of free float at 26.12%. Cost to borrow average 192%. Cost to borrow max 359%. Cost to borrow minimum sitting last we knew at about 328%. Cost to borrow rates over here from Interactive Brokers at about 205% as well. So that is going to cap off this video. Long story short, could this be a worry? Yeah, down the line. We're talking a year from now. This could be a real discussion. But from now until then, a lot's going to happen with courts. A lot's going to happen with a reverse split or not. I think you long Moas before that bankruptcy were to be a concern. And ultimately, AMC could do things to make their situation better. So is it great? Absolutely not. Is it terrible? Absolutely not. So it's not really something that is a huge problem unless we get earnings that shows, hey, AMC is losing a lot of money. Too much money. More than we expected. That's where you get a bigger problem. And we'll see what happens by Friday. But I think based off what we said in this video, stocks probably going to rally into earnings, probably going to rally after earnings. Typically, you either rally before earnings or you sell off after earnings and then rally 2 to 4 weeks after earnings. You've only not seen a rally before or after earnings in November when AMC basically dropped right after earnings and never rallied back to the previous level. So, that is it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. If you learned something, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. If you guys also want to come trade with me live in real time, trade AMC earnings, trade these other earnings currently going on in the markets. We just hit an over 300% winning trade on First Solar as well. That was a big winner. If you guys want access to it, link down below in the description of this video. None of this is financial advice. None of that is financial advice as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.